right. This lesson, we're going to be talking about how to find our state income tax. The first thing I want to do is I want to always start off by writing down my equations for this lesson. So our first set of equation will be taxable wages equals annual gross pay minus my exemptions. The next equation you're going to write down is state income tax equals taxable wage times my tax rate. Now, I used the word exemption. Let's talk about that because that should have been on your previous slide. Exemption is a withholding allowances which allow for supporting yourself, your spouse, and others in your family who are your dependents. Let's take a look at today's examples. We've been introduced to this figure 2.2, exemptions, single, $2,000 exemption, married, $4,000 exemption, each dependent, a $2,000 exemption. Example 3 says, Tony Raymond's gross pay as a landscape designer is $44,750 a year. The state income tax rate is 3% of your taxable wages. He takes an exemption for himself and one exemption for his child. How much does Tony's employer withhold yearly from his gross earnings for the state income tax? All right. So we're going to start off by finding our taxable wage. Means we're going to take our annual gross pay and subtract our exemptions. Well, Tony takes an exemption for himself and an exemption for a child. So we've got taxable wage is going to equal this $44,750 minus the $2,000 for himself and the $2,000 for the child, so $4,000 in exemptions. That gives me $40,750. Now we're going to find our state income tax. Now, our state income tax says take your taxable wage, so take this answer we just found and multiply it by the tax rate. So we're going to take 40,750 times the 3% of taxable rate. So we're going to do 40,750. The decimal form of 3% is 0.03. So his annual state income tax is $1,222.50. Try on your own. Use figure 2.2 to find the amount withheld annually for state income tax. You must use this chart. I'm going to say take about 7 minutes, pause your video, and answer questions 5 and 6 on the try these on your own. as you can see, the answers to question 5 and 6 have now been provided for you. Go ahead, take a moment to write those down, and then go to your question to wrap up this section.